I can't. You got to start this over.
There's just starting over, buddy. We're live.
Oh well, Zach, go ahead.
What's going on, everybody? So I'm with Colm and Troy. These guys are from the NFL channel. I am from the college football channel. Kind of doing like a mix up, like you'd see on one of the shows back in the day, like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and kind of mixing. So we're gonna mix a little bit today. We're gonna do a mock draft of the 2024 NFL mock draft that's actually going to be on tomorrow and then continuing throughout the weekend. So this is something I look forward to every year. I sit there from January when the national championship game ends, and I just every morning look up mock drafts and just study them. I don't know, it's just something I love to do in my pastime, and so we thought it'd be a good idea to come on here and talk a little bit about where these guys are going to go and end up, and if they'll be on some of your favorite teams. So, Colm, I know you're going to start it out at pick one. Troy, you're going two, correct? And then I'm going to go three.
Correct. And then we'll just alternate
Sure.
from there, and we'll just kind of go
We'll
into.
do we'll do a little snake draft from there and
Mhm.
kind of go down and see. So, Colm, I'll let you take it off from here.
All right, brother. So yeah, this is kind of the easiest pick in the draft, obviously. I think this is a for sure. Caleb Williams is going here no matter what. So I'll go ahead and just put Caleb Williams in that spot. He's just got the most superstar potential, I would say, in this draft. With all the hate and stuff that he gets, I still think he is the best quarterback in this draft. What he can do on a football field is pretty impressive, not going to lie. Do I think he's going to be better than Jaden Daniels in the end? I'm not sure. I like Jaden Daniels a little bit more. I think Drake May is going to need to sit a year. So, I mean, I think Caleb Williams is the easiest pick here, obviously. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. You want to go ahead and take it away on the second pick, Zach?
Yeah, you want me to go in second?
Yeah, yeah.
Who do you want for the second pick here?
Okay, yeah, cool. So are we going, just so I can be clear, are we going where what we would do here or what we think they're going to do? Because there's a lot of different things, that
Right.
I would go down.
Basically a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
All right, so I'm going to explain a little bit. So with me, I think if I'm the Washington Commanders, I know me and Colm are kind of talking about this a little bit today. I feel that you stay in this spot. You don't try to trade back and you get your guy now. You don't have Sam Howell anymore. You traded him to the Seahawks, which I think is great for the Seahawks to have that great depth. But the Commanders really don't have a starting quarterback or someone I think that can win them a bunch of games. You don't want to be drafting in the top five again next year. And you have the potential to put yourself in a really good situation with the receivers you have, with the running back room you have, and you don't really have I think they did a little bit of work with their offensive line, right? But they needed to do, I think, more. So I think they're going to have to really go, in my opinion, right here. I think they go Jaden Daniels, which I think would be a great pick, and that's what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to go Jaden Daniels, and then I think if I was them, since the top nine offensive tackles are probably going to go in the first round, you have two early picks in the second. I think you trade away both those picks in the second to somebody to come into the first round and try to slide in the back 20, 25, somewhere around there and get one of those tackles that are going to be still available for your new quarterback that you just got. So.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And also another thing too is this first round is going to be so offensive heavy.
Oh yeah.
And there's such a drop off after this first round in talent this year. It's insane. Like these second and third round guys are not going to be the talented second and third round guys that we usually see, which is going to be weird. But
yeah, I think when you get to around 4, 5, 6, 7, day three, it's going to be a bunch of guys you don't really know or didn't really have a lot of tape, or guys that were sitting the bench the first 3 years and then had a okay last year. It's not going to be anyone that pops and you're going to be like, how the hell did he slide to the fourth round? You're not going to see that this year, especially defensively. I feel like I'll say this, since it's going to be such an offensive heavy first round, the second and third are going to have some really good players come out of that, and I wouldn't be surprised in 2, 3 years you see a safety who's in the third round come out and be like, that guy's a star, or a corner. Because there's a couple of those guys.
That's true, because you're going to have those first round defensive guys in the second and third round because it's so top heavy in offense on the first round. So exactly. I do like that. But I already know where Troy's going here. What do we like, Troy?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take the best quarterback in this draft at 3. If I'm the Patriots here, I'm getting it, a dream come true. Drake May is going to be that third pick, I think, for the Patriots. I think it'll shape out like the way we just saw it. For Drake May, you can't be put in a better situation.
We got Joe in the chat saying Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. I know you're going to love that, Troy. Any response on that?
Princess. I think so. Yeah, but Drake May, I think, is the most raw talent in this draft. He's probably a little inconsistent, but arm strength wise, it kind of reminds me of Josh Allen coming out of college. Just all kinds of talent, a little inconsistent. So I think it's going to be the him and Josh Allen show for the future in that AFC East. So give me Drake May at 3, and like I said, I think the top 3. I think it'll end up like that. So
yeah, I definitely agree.
I could see the Cardinals. I could see the Cardinals getting out of this situation right here and trading back.
I could too.
I could see that 4 and 5. Cardinals and Chargers kind of trade back a little bit.
If I was maybe the Giants come in at 4 and take a quarterback.
I think they come in and take JJ McCarthy. I really do.
But you can sit and wait on him. Why make that trade? You know.
I don't think you're going to be able to sit and wait on JJ as long as you guys think. From everything I've been reading, like Broncos, Raiders, Vikings, these guys need a quarterback. Vikings have the most ammunition right now with 2 first-round picks. So trading them, hey.
We're picking this with Arizona, though. So who do you think? I mean, if you want to call a trade here, I mean, I'm good with that, Christian.
No, I mean, just because so we can just keep this like how it is. I think we don't call trades here. I'm just saying what I think is going to happen. But yeah, Colm, go ahead with your pick.
And a little thing on too what Zach was saying is the only reason that I think the Giants wouldn't make this or would make this move is if they got some type of rumor or something that the Raiders were looking to trade for this pick, or or the Vikings were looking to trade this pick or something like that. That would make the Giants trade up for this, the Giants trade up for this pick. But I don't think the Giants trade up for it. I think they sit exactly where they're at and they wait on someone like J.J. McCarthy if there isn't a trade, because J.J. McCarthy isn't going in these next 2 picks if there is no trade. But with saying that there isn't going to be a trade,
that's what you're going to have to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. But with saying that there isn't going to be a trade, like we're just going to kind of stay true to that. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is by far the best receiver in this draft. Obviously, I mean it's just one of those things. It's like when Eli came in the draft. It's that family lineage kind of pick where he's got that last name, and that may hurt him, it may help him. We're going to see, but I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is the real deal. Just watching how bad Ohio State's offense was last year, and he was the only bright spot. I mean, he was the only reason that they were contenders in the later end of that season. So, love Marvin Harrison Jr., and I think that he kind of sets up for like a Kyler Murray, like a get outside the pocket and just find something. I think he can kind of make plays in the NFL, use his brain, and kind of, hey, kind of what Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes do. Like, hey, this didn't work. I'm doing this off-script route. He's going to scramble. I'm going to get open type deal. I think that's going to be a nightmare matchup having to play against Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. That just, in my opinion, sounds like a very fast, very explosive offense just with those 2 guys. So I think the Cardinals honestly sit here and take Marvin Harrison Jr., who could be a generational talent, could be that next Jamar Chase or that next, Justin Jefferson. That he could be that next guy. And honestly, I think he is. I think he's pretty talented. But yeah, that's who I would take in this pick for sure. But what you got on this next one, Zach?
For the Chargers, so this is tough for me, and it would be tough if I was Jim, like Harbaugh or the GM here. Am I going to go wide receiver because I just lost a couple guys, or am I going to go like generational tight end? That's where my mind would be going. I don't think they need any offensive line help. That's the other place you'd be going at this pick as well. Or you could trade back to like 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that range where you can get, which I don't think any of those people would trade with you, but you could trade back around that area. I think you could still get a really good wide receiver. But I think I would go Malik Neighbors here. Really? And I know I think that him and Marvin Harrison are 1A, 1B wide receiver wise. He's just this guy's insane. I mean, watching him with Jaden Daniels when he does have, I mean, that's what you kind of got to look at. Like, would he be good with someone that's just an average quarterback? And I think yeah, but then he's
That's a
going
good point.
somewhere with Justin Herbert, and he's not average. He's really fucking good.
Right.
You've seen what he's done with his other wide receivers that he's had, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. So I'm gonna take Malik Neighbors here just because I think that they need some wide receiver help, and you can always, run with the tight end you have currently. So
I'm honestly surprised at that. I thought you were gonna take Big Brock. Honestly, if I was a start, I think I would take Big Brock over Malik. But
I
Malik
just think you need
is
in this day
insane.
and age, you need a wide receiver. You need like a true X right now, and they don't
Right.
have that anymore. I don't
Yeah.
think. And you can play with any wide receiver right now or tight end right now. And I do think, don't get me wrong, I think Brock is generational. I don't think the value on tight ends are as high. And I know that they think they can do a lot. Like you can do a lot of things with Brock, but in this situation, I think you
This
go wide
offense.
receiver.
Yeah.
You go wide receiver right here. Help your quarterback out because in all reality, even with how good Brock is, he's not an X
Right.
receiver. You can put him out there if you wanted to. He's not going to do the same thing a Malik Neighbors or a Marvin Harrison is going to do.
Right.
So, yeah, that's why I think you take.
And also the Malik Neighbors at the draft, dude, was getting it, or not the draft, the combine when he was
Yeah.
when he was messing up the drills. That fired me up. But all right, Troy, what we got here? You got the New York Giants, pick 6 on the clock. What you got?
Yeah, so I wouldn't personally do this, but I think this is what they'll do if this kind of plays out like this. I think JJ McCarthy is going to be the next person off the board if 5 and 6, or I'm sorry, if 4 and 5 go the way like y'all just put it,
Right.
and JJ is still there. I think the Giants will take him at 6. But like we said earlier, I don't think that happens. I think someone trades up to 4 to snag him. So, but
You
if
want
it,
to take him here though?
yeah, I'm going to take him here because he's not gone. So I think this is
Right.
Yeah.
the Daniel Jones era is coming to an end here. I think this offense
And I
kind of
think there's
fit
I
Jake
think
better.
there is a way where they could trade away Daniel Jones during the draft, the day of the draft, something like that. If they get a guy, like if they get JJ McCarthy and they think he's a guy, there is a situation where they could trade him away and try to get some other pieces to like add along with him.
Mhm.
And I think that's something that if I was them, I would do. Um, but if they don't get their guy and they have to settle for, I don't think you take just like an offensive line piece right there. I mean, I think you really do need it, but I think you have with so much elite talent here, you take a Roma Dunze or a Brock Bowers or something just to fucking help that
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah, I think so.
You need to if you need you're already paying Daniel Jones, right? So if you need to take somebody, and you don't have
They're,
JJ McCarthy on the board or anybody you
not
like, you
it's not
take
going to
him.
happen though. That's what's going to happen. So,
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. Yeah.
so pick 7, Christian. Go ahead.
Pick 7. I mean, if this was to lay out the way it is, I think I would probably take Romeo Dunze here, just to add some firepower. You mean you could also look at like a Joe Alt, to just kind
I was
of.
about to say they need a tackle.
Yeah,
They
I
need
was
a
about to
tackle.
say, but they have no talent at wide receiver. They have no young talent. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins is about to retire.
I think you give them some weapons again, like I say, and go get a talent.
Yeah,
I do love Joe Alt, and I think he's going to be
hmm
fucking phenomenal.
The free
But
agency market with tackles though and offensive linemen, you can really get some good linemen in the, as when they become free agents. And I know
and
there's some
that's the
good ones
thing.
coming up too.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take Romeo Dunze there. What you got on this next one? Oh, I love. Careful, Zach. Careful, Zach.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. This is something I've kind of been looking at a lot, and this is something that I think that one of the most underrated guys in the class, but I think he is the most dominant at his position. And this position's very thin. I think it's him and then fucking nobody for a while.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take Byron Murphy, interior defensive lineman.
Like
I
that.
think this guy's
At 8,
yeah. I
so
think he's
we're
dominant.
taking that over Dallas Turner,
And
Jared
Latua.
Bird.
That's what I think's gonna happen.
He has been projected to go there. He has
That's
been.
what I think is going to happen just based off of what I've been hearing, one.
Yeah.
And then two, when you really look at what they need, I do think having someone in the interior to clog that middle up and also be able to go after and get somebody, he is your guy. And you already have somebody at the edge, just not elite, but you do
Yeah.
have somebody at the edge. So
I like that pick. I probably, as a Falcons fan, I would have probably gone to Latu from UCLA.
I don't hate that either. I think that's a
Yeah.
great pick as well.
His
There's
injuries,
just
though. His injuries scared
exactly.
the shit
There's
out of
just
me.
so many injuries behind
Yeah.
him that everyone has been worried about, and I think that's
It's that edge position too. You got to be able to you got to be healthy, man, because you're bending, you're firing off the line,
which is
like,
why he might drop a good
Yeah.
amount. But I
It's-
don't know. We'll see. I mean,
yeah,
if no one red flags him, like if that team's like, hey, our doctors checked him out, we didn't red flag him, we think he's great, like good, like
Right.
take him. It's the same thing, something like that happened where you saw Nakobe Dean go in the third round because everyone was scared because they were like, why is he not going? Why is he not going? Is something wrong? Calling their doctor saying, did you flag anything?
right.
Nope, we didn't. He's good, but he did have some injuries in college. So it's that kind of situation. I don't know if he'll slip to the third. Obviously, I think he'll just go
Mhm.
farther in the first. But that's something I would be worrying about if I'm the Falcons and I know I
sure.
need somebody to play this year.
Yeah,
Like
that is
they're
true.
going to need somebody to play, and Byron's going to be able to go out there and make a difference immediately.
That is true. Hey, shout out to the boys in the chat, Harrison and Joseph. Appreciate you, boys. But Troy, your pick, buddy. Bears.
9 for the
At
Bears,
9.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a tough one because I can see them trading out of this. But I think
Yeah, can
I
see
think they
that,
probably
too.
need to go.
Brock's still there, man. If Brock was there at 9, I don't think they're trading. If Brock's there at 9, I
I
don't
think
think
they would take Brock. I
But they
think
got Cole
but-
Kmet.
I don't think they would take. I don't think they would take tight end here. I think
I
I
don't
think
think
the
they do
Jets will
either.
probably possibly take them next
Yeah.
pick,
I
or
agree.
the Jets take an offensive tackle. But like if the Alt guy's still there, I think.
Yeah,
the Jets, but
I mean,
this one's tough with the Bears.
I think someone would trade up and get Alt if he was still here at 9. I think that someone would trade with Chicago.
He's a generational talent, bro.
Yeah, they would.
I
trade,
think he
they would,
is-
They would trade with Chicago, and Chicago would go down a couple spots.
So
He's the next Trent Williams, they say. So, I mean, yeah. I don't think he lasts.
we got
long.
Malik Neighbors is off the board, correct?
Yeah, I took him pretty early.
Right, and then Adunze's gone.
Not gonna lie, honestly, I think
Wide
that-
receiver wise, there's a big gap between the top
Yeah.
3 and under
Yeah.
that.
not gonna lie.
I guess you would go. If I'm the Bears, I'm going to go Dallas Turner.
That's a great pick. Yeah,
That's a
probably
good
the best edge, and
Yeah, he
I'll
stays
take-
healthy. Alabama guy.
I'll take Dallas Turner.
good pick. Healthy guy too.
Yeah, he could be a beast.
He's
year
just
one.
dominant. He's
Yeah.
dominant, and he's going to shine very early, and he's so aggressive.
Sky's the limit for Dallas Turner.
Yeah,
So let's
I agree.
Dallas Turner there at 9. So Christian, you're at 10 here with the Jets.
This is tough.
I mean, I think if I'm of course I'm looking at either Brock Bowers or Joe Alt. And in my opinion, with Aaron Rodgers, I don't think Aaron Rodgers needs these, it's an Aaron Rodgers thing. He doesn't get first round talent when it comes to the receiver or tight end position. And I honestly I think the Jets would keep that trend going, and they'd probably go Joe Alt here. I just
Yeah,
think
the last time he did have a really good tight end, I think he won MVP. So
that is true. That was who was that? That's Buddy. That he literally is taken everywhere with him. Why can I not? Mercedes. I think that was his last tight end. His last good tight end was Mercedes Lewis. But yeah, I mean, I think if Joe Alt's here after what happened to Rodgers week 1 last year, I mean, if Joe Alt's on the board, you have to take him, right? I mean, they're probably hoping he's not there so they can take a Brock Bowers or somebody like that, or a Romeo Dunze if he drops. But I mean, I think if Joe Alt's here, the Jets got to take him. So yeah, I love Joe Alt there. I definitely don't think Joe Alt gets out of the top 10. That's for sure. Like I said, I've been hearing people saying that he's the next Trent Williams, so I don't think that he gets past that. But we'll
going
see.
Joe Alt.
Yeah, I love Joe Alt, man. I think he's a top 3 guy in this draft for sure. I think he's.
I don't think he drops.
Yeah, I don't think he drops out of the top 10 at all. So yeah, that's gonna be mine. Joe Alt at 10, but I do think he's gonna go earlier. And honestly, I probably think about this. I think Joe Alt's gonna go at that 6th spot to New York, and they're just gonna fucking roll with their dog shit receivers. But we'll see, because I don't know. They need a quarterback too, so it's gonna be a weird top 10 this year for sure. There's gonna be a lot of trades, I think. But what you got for pick 11, Zach?
So this is a tough one because I know the Vikings need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be both.
I think that he fits better there, and I think good things with that offense. Obviously, you saw how they've been when they have somebody who can scramble a little bit, and he's super fucking accurate. I know he got a little bit confused in that game versus Michigan. I think they were throwing some really high level shit at him. He got a little bit confused, but um, I think that he's elite, and he ran a 4.4 with all the injuries he's had. Still, he never got red flagged. They're phenomenal. His knees are phenomenal. Shoulder. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Absolutely, I like that. I mean, that was I think his projection was like 20 something. So if, like you said, if New York goes after a quarterback, I mean,
Well, I mean, everyone's saying they think 6 quarterbacks are going to go in the first round.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So I think that they're all going to go like top 15 too. So this is where my mind's going. And I think if we're actually trying to do what we think is actually going to happen, I think that we're going to see Michael Penix and then Denver Broncos, Bo Nix. Like I think that something like that's going to happen if one of them don't trade up to go get like JJ McCarthy or something.
Yeah, I definitely think that. I like that though, because that would be crazy. Because like that's one of the things that no one's seeing is like Michael Penix could go to the Vikings. You know, like that's wild. Like no
And
one's.
if I'm the Vikings, I'm so happy with that pick.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I actually feel better with him than I
And
do
you hold
with
on to your picks too.
JJ McCarthy.
You know what I mean? You
Exactly.
hold on to shit. So
You hold
that's
on to your picks. You get 11. You get your guy, and then you also get a late round, maybe a wide receiver
Right.
at 23. Even if you don't want a wide receiver, then you can go get somebody that you need, like a cornerback. So I think
Right.
something like that would work out well for them.
I like that. What you got at 12, Troy?
Oh God, Denver needs a quarterback, um, but it's like Brock Bowers
is
is
still
still
there.
there.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like who's going to throw the ball to him?
They don't have anybody like, and
Then I look at the Raiders, kind of the same situation there. Um, so I guess you got to go Bo Nix here.
Yeah.
So
You got two pretty boys, Zach Wilson and Bo Nix.
I think Bo Nix probably. I think Bo Nix. He looked better to me than Penix did.
A lot of
I
time.
like Bo Nix.
He's played a lot of games.
Dude's a stud.
Yeah, I mean, especially having someone like that with Sean Payton. I feel like Sean Payton would love having someone with that much experience coming in. So it's not like you're having a real rookie. You kind of got a guy that has a lot of experience in the SEC, the
He's
Pac-12.
super mature too. Mature guy. He's
Super
been
mature
here
guy.
a couple
I mean,
years.
he has a
He's
wife
not
already.
good.
So like,
Not
Yeah.
your-
I think you could flip flop these this 11 and 12.
yeah, of course.
And
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be pretty accurate on those. If everything stays the same and there's no trades, which there will be, if there was no trades, I think that those two are kind of interchangeable there.
And I think you also have to look out because probably one of those guys. I mean, one of those teams could it be Denver, Minnesota, or the Raiders? One of those teams is gonna fucking go up. They're gonna go up.
Right.
We don't know which one it's going to be, but I mean, the Giants don't really have a lot of ammunition, so I don't see them moving up because what are you going to use, right?
Right. I think we
The
froze.
Vikings
here,
have
boys.
2 picks in the first round they could use, and they also could like give you a future, 103rd pick or something like that as well, and that would be a good enough thing to trade out. So we'll have to see what they do, but
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Yeah. I like
What's
that.
Is this my pick for Vegas or is this you? You, right?
This is me. This is me. And then this is me, and then you. You got Saints. Troy, you here, buddy? Troy, buddy. All right, I'll just go ahead with my Raiders pick. At this point, I mean, like I said, if there's no trades and this is how it rolls out, but we can also show people like if there is no trades, this is like why it's a bad spot. You know what I mean? Like if the Raiders don't make a trade,
I don't
here-
love this spot, but I think right here, I think this is like a no-brainer for Las Vegas. Like this guy's slid so fucking long. I think you go
Yeah,
with like
I mean, I agree. I mean, you just gotta hope he's a generational talent, someone you can build around.
you go Cooper to Gene, or you go Quinion Mitchell.
Yeah,
Either of them would be, I think, a great addition. I think both of them are going to be elite in the NFL.
yeah,
Do you go with a guy like Cooper where you can use him in a lot of different situations, at safety, corner, put him at star, put him on offense, let him go kick return for you. The kick return game is going to be coming back in full effect. And he could be that
Yeah.
guy that could make a difference from day one on your special teams as well. So
Yeah, honestly, if this rolls out like this, I mean, if the Raiders don't trade up into the top 12, let's say, if they don't make a trade and go into the top 12, and let's say they stay at 13, yeah, I think the only way that they could go here is Cooper DeJean, and I think that's honestly a horrible pick
or do they go
but
like do they go like Fuaga and go get like an offensive tackle since he's like the second tackle and there's only been one taken so far in our draft. Like
right.
there's going to be a lot of tackles being taken.
What about you're missing Alabama dude, right?
Yeah, Dallas Clark or no, Dallas Turner. I mean, he's already taken.
J.C. Latham.
Latham,
Yeah.
JC Latham, he's a little bit farther down, I think, on the tackle board. In my like for me, I wouldn't have him like
I
as
thought
much.
he was the number 2 tackle.
I think I would have him at like 5 or 6.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think.
But they have him at projected draft 14. So I mean, you could go him here, Zach. Who you taking at 14? My bad.
Who did you take? Cooper DeJean?
Yeah, I took Cooper DeJean to the Raiders there.
Okay. So for the Saints right here, I think I'm going tackle, and I'm going to go Fuaga. This guy also could play interior and play as a guard, but I think he would shine either way. So we're gonna see like where they put him, but I think Fuaga's elite, and I think that he's gonna get taken top 15 for sure. So I'm taking him right there.
For sure. All right, Troy.
Fuaga reminds me of Umaga from WWE.
He does let his gut hang, that's for sure.
Troy, I already know who you're taking here, buddy.
This is the Colts right here, right?
Yes, sir.
It's an obvious
this
pick.
is an obvious one.
Are we not taking
Brock Bowers is still on the board.
Yeah, so Brock's no way he falls here, but if he does, he's getting taken by the Colts here.
100%.
And
they would have
he would be matched up with your boy from
Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, and Brock Bowers is pretty fucking elite.
And AR 15.
AR.
Anthony Richardson too.
AR
That's gonna be next
who Troy said was gonna be a bust last year. Let's just. I said he was gonna be very good, and you gave me shit for it.
Yeah, but also the problem with him is he's got to learn how to not take those big hits. It's like Robert Griffin III again, like just taking huge hits.
He sucks.
So
he's a Florida Gator. He sucks.
He sucks. All right, so you're taking Brock Bowers here.
So Brock Bowers is going there. We're on 16 with the Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks, and
that is you, Cole.
That's me. Yeah, I mean, the Seahawks. I mean, they got their quarterback in Sam Howell, or they think they have their next quarterback in Sam Howell. I mean, they need a guard, but I mean, I just don't think that there's everyone that's. You're not going to draft like a guard this high up. You know what I mean?
There's only like one interior guy I actually would pick. But there's only one guy. I don't even think he's gonna go this high.
I think if he drops this far, you have to take Latu here. I mean, you're worried about his injuries and stuff, but at least he brings that edge presence to the Seahawks that they need. Seahawks are a good football team when they have a good defense.
Who are you taking here?
Latu. Latu.
See, why are we not going Burst here from Florida State?
Because Latu here is projected way higher. He's actually the first edge rusher that's basically on the draft board. He could go before Dallas Turner, and we got Dallas Turner at 9.
I think Burst is better than that guy.
I mean, Latu, if he stays healthy, is the best edge rusher in this draft. There's no question about it. If he stays healthy, he's the best edge rusher.
I'm gonna make my next pick pretty easy for us.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go Quinyon Mitchell.
Okay.
This kid's elite. I don't give a shit if he went to Toledo. This kid's fucking. He went to the Senior Bowl, the recent Senior Bowl. They said they want to see him against better talent. He went to the Senior Bowl, fucking easily was the best DB there.
Zach, I've seen him in the top 10 in some of the mock drafts out there.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
If the Jaguars get him at 17, that's kind of a steal in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's definitely a steal. I think it's a huge steal. I was just giving my reasoning for taking him, and like I know a lot of people have said, would you take Cooper DeJean first or Terrion Arnold over Toledo kid because he's from Toledo, and I think that he proved himself in the Senior Bowl. going against those guys from the SEC, Big Ten, all of that, and really just dominating the whole week. So
we're at 18, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We're at 18 Bengals.
18 with the Bengals. So T. Higgins requested to be traded today. We're going to go wide receiver.
cool.
And I would probably go
A.D. Mitchell.
with, no,
If you say what I think you're going to say.
You don't
probably
say
go with the guy from LSU, Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. Pair him up with Jamar Chase.
he's a huge like red zone threat. The guy's a straight line runner. He's gonna get down the field for you and make some incredible.
God, that LSU offense was
I would
stacked.
go Xavier Worthy, but then I thought about it and I was like, he's kind of similar to a Jamar Chase.
Yeah, you'd rather have a red zone.
The only thing
target.
I'll say about Xavier Worthy, this is just from the past of the NFL. Anyone that's ran a 4.2 or under a 4.3 wide receiver wise has not been fucking great.
That is true.
And
Except-
actually, any position player who has ran a 4.2 like that has never been good.
That's kind of
So-
crazy. That is true.
There's only been one guy, was the running back. What's his name? Was it Chris? Or hold on. I think his name was Chris. Chris something.
Okay.
He was
So
the only running back or the only person that's ran like a 4.2 that actually was actually really fucking good for about 5 years in the NFL.
Chris
So
Johnson, the running back for the Titans.
yes,
So pick 19 is with the Rams, correct?
yes.
Yeah, so this is going to be. I mean, they need a quarterback because Stafford's probably on his way out. He's probably going to retire here probably this year, the next couple of years, I think.
You're not taking a quarterback right
But I mean, you can't take a quarterback here. You're not taking Spencer Rattler. You know what I mean?
No.
So I'm gonna take a tackle here. This dude's fallen really far. Troy Fontunu. God, I'm getting all the tough names.
Yeah, that's a great pick. I don't
Um,
think these tackles are gonna fall this far, dude.
Yeah, me either.
I think people
this
that-
guy's he's all the mock drafts I've seen. He's been around 20, and we're at pick 19. So
Yeah. So yeah, I like that pick there. I think that's a good pick for the Rams. You're not going to get this late in the draft. You're not trading up. You're not going to get your guy in a quarterback. Might as well just wait for the second round. You know that everyone behind you is not taking a quarterback either. So you might as well just sit still and wait for a hope and a prayer in the second or third round on a quarterback because you're not taking Spencer Rattler at pick 19. So I'm going to take Troy Fontunu at pick 19. What do we got here, Zach? God, Zach, you're getting all my. We should have swithed spots. Steelers pick 20. What you got?
I'm gonna go Terrion Arnold. Feel like he is top 2, top 3 cornerback in the draft. He's gonna go super high. He's really, really good. He played super physical at Alabama. Locked up pretty much every person he played. So I'm excited. I think the Pittsburgh's really gonna need that across from Joey Porter Jr. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do.
I like that. I think we're going to take a receiver, but I like that. I think if A.D. Mitchell's still there, we're definitely taking A.D. Mitchell just because that the offense last year was so bad. The defense was so good, but the offense was so bad.
I think that'd be a great pick as well. I think it
Joey
right there.
Porter,
They have their pick. They have their pick between cornerback, tackle, and wide receiver. There's going to be elite guys there still. So whatever way, I don't think they need to trade out of that. They can sit right there and wait for their guy.
I like that.
Whoever's. I think it just depends on who's higher on their draft board.
Dude,
Like, do they have
Arnold
Derek
and Porter
higher?
though would be, and then T.J. Watt rushing the passer. Oh my god,
That's what I'm saying. Is like they're not going to have any time,
Yeah,
and they're going to
you're
lock
gonna
them
be-
up. So
That's
I think that'd be nasty.
That'd be terrifying. But all right, we got Troy on the clock with Miami at 21.
yeah, I think you got to go tackle here to protect Tua. So I think you go J.C. Latham.
Latham.
You get the easy name. I get the hard name, and you fucked that one up. Come on.
Give me J.C. from Alabama. Roll Tide roll. I think you got to go offensive tackle here for the Dolphins. You gotta
Never
protect-
heard Troy say those words in my life. Roll Tide roll. I did
Yeah, that was
not.
gross.
I did not
That
like
was
it at
gross.
Complete joke here, but Eagles are on the clock next with Christian, so I'm assuming you're going to take a dog here.
Yeah. I mean,
or a former dog in A.D. Mitchell.
This is kind of tough. I mean, if A.D. Mitchell's still on the board for the fucking Eagles, that
No,
would
why
be
would they take They don't need
insane.
a receiver. They're not taking receiver.
Their needs right now are a wide receiver.
yeah, their
That's what
needs
it
are
is.
receiver,
Oh,
linebacker,
They
and
got two
defensive back.
star receivers. They don't need a receiver.
They need a
AJ.
slot.
They have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, and I think AJ Brown's only on a 3-year contract. So
They
I
got
mean,
two star receivers.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to pay those guys eventually.
Yeah.
You just paid Devontae Smith. You're gonna pay A.J. Brown again.
That's
Why not?
You think they're taking a receiver here?
I think
Uh,
if I was them, I would take a receiver.
yeah,
would
because I
take-
mean, dude, like I said, the only other things they need are defense. I mean, the only thing that I could see them taking, maybe, honestly, what I would see them taking here is
They could
maybe
take
a
Nate
DB.
Wiggins.
A DB.
They could take Nate Wiggins or Kool-Aid. I
Yeah,
think
they
that
could take Nate
both
Wiggins
those
or
guys
Kool Aid. I think I like that the best. See,
Yeah, I
people
think you
people
go-
are higher on Nate Wiggins, but I like Kool Aid more. I think you go Kool Aid here.
I think that's a preference. I think Kool-Aid just is such a raw athlete. Same
Mhm.
thing with Nate Wiggins, but Nate Wiggins is so much more technical.
But you
But
also
I
got to
think-
put your the Eagles love SEC guys, specifically Georgia and Bama guys. So I mean, if they see a Alabama and Kool Aid, let me not get this wrong. I believe he's 6'2", right? He's like 6'1", 6'2". So I mean, a shutdown 6'2" corner man, like I don't think you can pass up on that. I'm gonna take Kool Aid here for the Eagles. That's back to back Alabama picks, boys. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna take Kool Aid here. I think he's honestly the man. I want to say he's the most talented DB in this draft. I just love Kool Aid, man. Watching him play last year, watching those Alabama games, he was ridiculous in the open field tackling, just locking up receivers. I mean, it's just crazy. Oh, Harrison also said, "Clip it" when you said "Roll Tide Roll," Troy. But all right, so we got Zach on the clock at 23 for the Vikings.
I think this guy has slid far enough. I'm gonna get Jared Verse here.
Nice, nice.
I think this would be
About damn time.
Yeah,
I mean, I think this would be fucking elite for the Vikings to get someone this late who is that talented. I do think he's a little raw though, talent wise, but having someone that talented though and being able to shape him, I think would be really good for them. So that's where I'm going to pick.
I like it. Troy, you're on the. Oh, my bad. I didn't.
Yeah, it's me, buddy.
Yeah, Cowboys. My bad. Cowboys. Pick 24. What you got, buddy?
Cowboys, America's team. America's team. God.
Tuesday.
What's up, brother? I'm gonna take Junior Colson, Michigan linebacker.
Linebacker.
I think the Cowboys need a linebacker after their boys going
You're
bye-bye.
Well, that's a big
I
jump.
mean, you
for
got
a
I'm
line-
gonna say you got Peyton Wilson, you got Cooper,
No, this is the guy right here. This is the guy.
Junior
This
Colson.
is first linebacker. First
Okay.
linebacker on the
I will say this though: the Cowboys always make a fucking crazy
Yeah.
pick in the first round.
And it's usually pretty good.
This
I will say.
would be that crazy pick where we're.
Who else are you taking a linebacker here?
I think I take Peyton Wilson, the guy who won the.
No. You take my boy Junior.
I think we're taking I'm taking Butkus Award winner, but
Yeah.
Bro, college awards don't mean shit when it translates to the. I mean, it does not mean anything. It doesn't
I
mean.
don't know. Let's look at the past.
It does not mean you're the best. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Hit me with the pass rewards real quick, Zach.
I don't need the pass. This is the guy right here.
Roquan Smith, N'Kobe Dean won the Butkus Award. Also,
Jacoby Dean's translated great so far, hasn't he? Yeah.
he was hurt. He was hurt last year.
He's been
All right.
Take it easy
My
on our dog.
point is,
Take it easy
Junior's
on
the
our
guy here. A great linebacker. The Cowboys need a linebacker. This is who they're taking.
I like it. All right, so we got me on the clock with the Green Bay Packers. I think this one's tough, man.
You got a lot of guards and tackles.
I think you have to go after a tackle here, especially if you're at pick 25. And of course, I have another absolutely just fucking tough name here. Alum Mu Yiwa Fash Anu.
Just say Fashanu. Just say Fashanu.
Out of Penn State. I just didn't want to,
Fasano.
culture appropriate there. But
all
yeah,
right, so,
I mean, you got to have someone to protect. You got to have someone to protect Jordan Love. You don't want happening to him what happened to Aaron Rodgers last year at the Jets. They underpaid their offensive line. Their offensive line was absolutely terrible. And it does also sound like what's his name? I'm having a brain fart. Is not coming back. God, what is his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. They're star tackle, big dude, long hair. Been there for a minute for the Green Bay Packers. The tackle.
Oh yeah.
God, why can't I think of his
name?
He's
not coming back. He's not coming back.
Yeah, I think he came out and said he's not coming back. So yeah, I think they took a tackle to protect Jordan Love.
With my next pick here at Tampa Bay, they need a lot of interior help with that offensive line. I'm going to go ahead and take the best center on the board, and after this center, it drops off dramatically for centers. So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy, Jackson Powers-Johnson. I think we all can remember him for Oregon, playing against Washington, playing in those big games.
The Lions need some defensive backs. They got to take a defensive back here. They got to take best available defensive back.
I don't think there's a guy that they would take in the first round they can't get in the second.
How about the guy from Iowa? What's his name?
We took him.
Cooper Jajin.
Yeah, we took him
Yeah, he went.
What, a 13?
13, brother.
Who took him?
Raiders.
I think, yeah.
See, I'm still looking at I'm acting like he's still alive right now.
No. He's gone.
I
mean, if you were to go,
I would have picked him. I would have picked him over Kool-Aid or Nate Wiggins if I had to. So that's why he would have been way gone.
Also, carry on Arnold, right?
Carry on Arnold.
Yeah, I mean the best available cornerback you have at this spot would be Mike Saristil from fucking Michigan. Sainristil, whatever that name is.
We don't want that. That guy sucks.
Yeah.
That cornerback Ennis Rakestraw from Missouri, that kid's elite.
Yeah.
When he played Georgia, I was like, that kid's good.
30th pick is Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
All right. Well, the Ravens are going to fill their biggest need here. They're going to take Amarius Mims, tackle, Georgia, right tackle.
That's a good pick.
I like that. I think they could go like
never allowed a sack at Georgia. Pretty impressive. So they will take Amarius Mims and run, steal of the draft.
That's a steal at 30. Such a steal,
especially for a team like the Ravens, man, running off the edge with Lamar and running outside zones and stuff. That's a steal.
He's an automatic starter.
I think I've got the best picks here in this mock draft. Been pretty dominant on my side.
Yeah, you had one really bad pick. I'll give you that, but Junior Colson at pick 24 is pretty insane. But
they needed a linebacker, bro.
Yeah, and there's 3 more above him on the projected list.
That guy's projected to go 3rd round, dog.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, he is.
It's not.
He's projected to go 77.
Yeah.
No.
He took him 24. That guy's Troy.
Hey, I had the best draft.
Not projected to go that.
Look, this is Troy as a GM walking in. Let's just take this fucking Junior. I like his fucking name.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool
Zach,
name.
I know 10 times more about this shit.
Oh God, we're not getting into this. All right. Pick 31. San Francisco 49ers.
They need offensive line help.
Yeah, I do agree with that. They definitely need offensive line help, but a shutdown corner would be. There's no corners left.
You think you have that with Mike Sarin still?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't have that. I mean, I think you just got to go best available tackle here at Graham Barton.
The Duke kid?
Duke Devil, which is kind of scary, but I mean, I think you just got to go best available tackle here and ride with it. I mean, you got to get someone to protect old buddies, and yeah, I like that one actually. Yeah, Graham Barton, pick 31. He was projected like 25th too, so I like that. I feel like they get a pretty good steal on an offensive lineman. There's gonna be a lot of tackles that are gonna be steals in this draft, I think. But what do you got here at the final pick, Zach? Pick 32, Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl winners.
I think we know where I'm going here. I think they need a wide receiver.
Okay.
And obviously we know Rashee Rice is probably going to get a couple games suspended, if not the whole year, based on how the NFL usually treats those kind of situations, especially with him walking off the scene and having some marijuana in the car. It doesn't really look good for the NFL. So they're probably going to try to hide him away for a couple games or a little while. So I'm going to take Ladd McConkey here. I think he's elite. Put him with a guy like Patrick Mahomes and have him next to Travis Kelsey. You're talking about a guy who's an elite route runner. He is going to get open. He's going to get into zones that you need him to get into. He's played in a phenomenal offense and a phenomenal system the past 4 years with Georgia. So I think that he is going to be a steal. And if he doesn't go to the Chiefs at 32, I think that he's going to get taken within the first 2 or 3 picks in the second round. So that's what I would take right there. I would take Ladd McConkey.
Or Ladd McConkey. He's got to go deal with those idiots with the Chiefs.
Yeah, poor Ladd. He's probably going to win a Super Bowl or two. It's fucking awful for him.
All right, boys. Well, that's that is our mock draft there.
I think we did pretty good. All things considered, not being able to trade or anything. I think it's actually a pretty realistic draft. But can't really call for trade. I don't think these tackles are going to go this late. Like some of these guys, I think some people are going to trade up for them.
Listen, I sent you guys two screenshots just now that shows my boy Junior is a sneak into the first round as of the last couple of days.
Hey,
Troy, I'm going to hop on your sports book and go ahead and make that bet.
If he goes there, I'll be excited. I think they would take.
I'm excited because you're gonna think back to this moment. Like that man was right again.
I think they'd rather take a tackle there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Cowboys with the great.
Just knowing the Cowboys, they usually like to take some offensive linemen or like somebody like that in the first round. Yeah. And I just haven't seen them take a linebacker, especially not like a third round linebacker. But if this guy's truly sneaking in the first round, like you say, like I mean, I can see them making that pick because they do take some big swings. Like the Cowboys are known for taking huge swings in the first round and going and getting some guys. So
I agree.
We'll see. I'm excited to watch this draft, dude. I'm going to watch the Pat McAfee draft with Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick. That's going to be sick.
I think that's going to be super fun to watch and see Bill Belichick's mind, like how it works, what he's thinking. The whole draft is going to be super cool to see.
I don't think you want to listen to Bill when it comes to draft time. Dude is terrible at the draft, and we've seen that.
Yeah, he's won 6 Super Bowls as a GM. He's absolutely terrible.
No, I'm saying at drafting. Have you seen his draft picks? They're always terrible.
I mean, he won 6 Super Bowls, and he was the only coach in the NFL that was also the GM.
I'm not saying anything about his coaching. I'm saying the people he has drafted in the past, especially the past 10 years, all of them have not been.
Yeah, but that's because you're looking at the first 2 rounds. You're not looking at past the first 2 rounds. These 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round guys. That's where he gets his. That's where he gets his ass.
He also had Tom Brady. Let's not give him all the credit.
Yeah, but I don't think you put Tom Brady on any team with any coach. They're winning.
Absolutely not.
100% they're winning. It's Tom Brady.
All right.
Okay. Well, you're telling me you put him on the Browns and they're going to be a Super Bowl
team? Yeah, he's winning because he's Tom Brady, GOAT of goats.
I agree that he's a GOAT. But I don't think you can just
2024 mock draft. It was fun. You're getting cut off. It was great.
You didn't run this tonight. You didn't run this. The camera was going in and out. You're barely talking. You fucking high as shit. You didn't run this tonight. In your mind, you might have been talking a lot. You didn't say 3 words.
I said what I needed to say to get us to the promised land.
Well, boys, it's been great. Thank you for the 2024 NFL mock draft. See you boys later.